This mobile gear oil is very viscous. Its resistance to flow is very high. As you can see it trying to flow out through the bucket. And this is basically at 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Hello, this is US Fluid Power, and this is our high viscosity filtration system. Today we are demoing a very high viscous fluid made by Mobil. This system was designed specifically for this Mobil gear oil. It is a Mobil SHC 22M, and it has a viscosity of about 22,000 centistokes at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In this system, we have various components that we're going to go through. This system will remove particles down to 40 micron at a flow rate at about 1 to 2 gallons per minute. The main connections are 3/4 inch NPT connections for the inlet and outlet, and the air that the pump requires is in the range of 90 to 140 psi. So here are the basic components of the system for high viscosity filtration. Component number one, here's the blanket type heater around the oil drum that you can set your temperature to come on and off automatically to help maintain a fluid temperature if the environment is somewhat cold. It'll help maintain a continuous temperature. Heater number two is an immersion type heater. It basically will heat up your fluid to a good operating level so you're able to flow a little more continuous through all the components in the system. Component number three is a piston type pump using air to move the fluid through the piston and out in through the system. Component number four is a unique special type of filter element that has a very high collapse pressure, and the housing itself is rated for very high pressure up to 2000 psi. The next component, component number five, is the magnetic type filter. This is an extra type filter with new technology which will eliminate any ferrous particles in the system. This is just added as a bonus to ensure that we maintain fluid quality at the very end. Component number six is our oil monitor sensor. Basically, it's going to detect ferrous and non-ferrous particles flowing through your system and out into the drum. So we're able to tell when exactly your fluid is getting to a specified level to ensure that the customer that it has met oil cleanliness code. The next component is the software integrated with the sensor. It basically will record data, and you're also able to view data in real time to ensure the actual quality of the oil as it's going through all the lines. So step one in the operation, we will assume this is your contaminated dirty oil. This oil could be at an ambient temperature, in this case in Texas, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty viscous fluid. In case you don't realize, the viscosity of the soil is so high that most debris tends to stick to the walls unless you physically remove it by hand. So in order to maintain oil cleanliness, the first step of this process is to empty this barrel and insert it to the clean barrel in the system. The reason we have this pump is to do that same procedure. So the first thing you're going to do is insert this drum pump into this barrel and pre-filter this fluid as it's going into the barrel in the system. Step number two, as soon as the drum is full of dirty contaminated oil, set the temperature at this in the range between 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 145 F with the blanket and the immersion type heater. leave it there for a good hour, depending on where you're located, how the ambient temperature is. Leave it for a good hour and come back and check it to ensure that it's at least at its minimum operating temperature, about 135 F. So at this point, the system has been filtering oil for a good 45 minutes. It's flowing good, temperatures at a very good continuous rate, and at the same time right now we have opened up the appropriate valve to flow oil through the sensor. And in this case right now, in real time, we are capturing data through the software to ensure that oil cleanliness is met. So as you can see in the software, you can see particle counts for ferrous and non-ferrous particles, and they're pretty low value as compared to what we first started.